Greetings, YouTube. It's late. It is Team Insomnia Hour in the Central Time Zone of the United States. And if you're in the Eastern Time Zone, well, it's even more insomnia. And if you're across the pond, you might be waking up. So good morning, sweetheart. That's a really weird thing to tell some random stranger, but it popped in my head, and I'm not re-recording this video because I am tired as hell. I'd normally be asleep, but we are in the middle of an ice storm in Oklahoma, and my college schedule, my professor schedule tomorrow has been canceled because of fears that not only will the roads be too slick, but we will actually lose power due to ice on the power lines. So keep us Midwesterners in your thoughts and prayers, please. But I, as I usually like to do before bed, just went through and I was shocked by the number of people. I counted 6 that wanted me to touch on the exact same issue regarding the arena bots coming back even more into full force in the past week. I also want to say I'm hearing reports, though they're unsubstantiated, that people are seeing the AI parry in places that they never could or should before. Like I said, I haven't done an official video on it yet because I want to have enough visual evidence to show that it's not just some rumor or fake news. But if you have seen it and you would like to contribute to the report, hit me up. Okay, so what we do know that's not fake news is that it's pretty dang easy to tell if there is a bot issue in the arena. And what we have learned is that Kabam has publicly said that they want to eliminate bots. And if you don't know what a bot is, essentially it is a program that runs an account that should not be allowed to win fights automatically on its own. Sometimes it'll even manipulate the difficulty of fights to make them like one-hit KOs. And you'll be able to get these astronomically high arena scores and arena streaks in a short amount of time, way more than a human being that, has to eat and go to the restroom and sleep and maybe breathe oxygen. I don't know. But I was suspect that bots had returned big time on Sunday because you can see the difference. I placed 47 in this one, and you look at the leaderboard, and most of the people in the leaderboard you see have this blue alliance symbol. And I don't get to do this too often, so I'm just going to scroll down, and eventually you're going to see yours truly, Prof. Huff, with 3,069,000 points, which is not that much at all, on the leaderboard. I could have gone a lot further, but, why? Why do it? So, compare that to getting all of the milestones for the Crystal Splash, but only getting the top 51% with 250,000. Now, we had just seen all of the, or I guess I should say mostly, like 85, 90% of the account names on the leaderboard have alliance tags. They're in alliances. Compare that to the Crystal Splash leaderboard. We've got number 2 is an alliance, and number 9 is an alliance, and then 18 is an alliance, but then so many others, including, it's back, the HUN2s, the HO7s, the LUN1s, the BV6s. These people, like especially the HUN15, HUN12, these people are what I like to call hiding in broad daylight. They're not even trying to pretend that they don't have multiple accounts that they're running bots on at the same time. And so it feels like Kabam is using their new and improved software that I truly believe they have in the highest stakes of arenas, the 4-star featured, the 5-star featured, etc. But they're not really caring so much about the lowest of the arenas, the 2-star arena, the 4-star basic arena, and this is an example of the 3-star Sunday arena. So they're just allowing these programs to run rampant. And every time I do one of these videos, I get pushback from people who say 2 things. 1, Prof, this is how it's always been and it always will be. You're wasting everybody's time by talking about this. I think that's a really pessimistic view, and who knows, maybe Kabam doesn't care about these arenas, but on the off chance that maybe they do, I want to bring it to their attention. But the other piece of feedback that I get that's pretty disturbing is when people comment that it's good for the game and I should be for it, not against it. And I also just don't get that argument at all. So if you want to test this for yourself, it doesn't take a genius, because you're listening to me, to figure out how to test this. Let's look at the number one spot for the Sunday Arena, in which normally I get the best progression, and this time I wasn't even in the top 50%. That just tells me there were a crazy amount of cheaters. ABC 1980 sounds like the 1980 Olympics on ABC, but in the title of a username, ABC 1980. So let's just do basic investigative journalism, which is a fancy way of saying just typing in ABC 1980 into the search bar. Anyone can do this. You can do this right along with me. It does not take any special kind of strategies or certainly intelligence. All right, what I've noticed, because I've looked him up a couple times, is he's always online. The green symbol is always there. I wonder why. Probably because he's always in the arena, right? So when you view the profile, you'll see that this also fights against the common narrative that, Prof, you should stop doing these videos because these cheaters have only been around for a week, and Kabam is just a little slow in permanently banning them. So if you've only been around for a couple of weeks, and let's just say for the sake of argument that you could get to level 60 in a couple weeks. I don't know. Humans certainly probably couldn't. But in a couple weeks, could you do 389,963 PvP fights with the highest PvP win streak of 919? I think the answer to that question rhymes with hell no. And so Kabam is allowing this bot underground system, which is, like I said, underground only in terms of them probably not wanting people to talk about it, but it's as plain as day whenever you go to leaderboards. It's really hiding in plain sight. Kabam is allowing these people to do this for a very long time, and these are the same people that would resource dump and really ruin so many aspects of the gifting of it in 2019. And I do have confidence that Kabam is looking to tweak, and if they do have a gifting event, which I think they have to have in some way because they just make too much money off of it every year, that they're going to look to eliminate the ability to resource dump. I still think you should tell all alliances, you better be happy with who you have, because for 2 weeks, you're not going to be allowed to add in anybody to the alliance. If somebody leaves or you boot somebody, that's your alliance's call, but you're not going to be able to replace them. It's only going to be the people who are locked into that alliance when gifting starts that can actually contribute to event points and have rewards. That seems like the fairest and most obvious way to do it, unlike bringing in people to just resource dump or specifically gift like greater gifting crystals and then leave. So, yes, this is the number one performer, and you saw that he had like very few awaken. He had Blade awaken, and then the rest, it was just like very limited rosters because he doesn't care about mastery setup. He doesn't care about any of the things that normal human beings care about. I also do want to point out, as some of you have said this before I end this video, that yes, the 4-star basic arena looks very similar to what we just talked about. All of these people running these bots. There's ABC 1980, who's only placed 14 in this one. What a slacker. The Huns all over the place. It's discouraging only because it's so obvious that they've been doing this for a long time, and Kabam hasn't done what they said they're going to do. So let's continue to try to expose how many bots there are in these lower level arenas, because as much as Kabam wants us to just ignore it, it is an issue, and there are real people out there that are trying to get the 4-star basic champion that are being screwed over, and I just don't think the math supports that the scores actually get lower with bots. I think we found out pretty much the exact opposite. So there you have it, YouTube. What are your thoughts on the bots? I'm going to try to go to bed since it's now about 2 a.m. Thanks for watching this video, and as always, thanks for supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel.